A lot of family members of the victims are inside the courtroom right now for witness testimony. They've been here all day. Again, 20 people died in that horrific crash in 2018. 17 friends in the limo, the driver of that limo, and 2 people who were in that parking lot where the limo crashed. Most of the 17 passengers killed in the tragic crash in Schoharie were part of the same family. 4 sisters from the King family and 3 of their husbands. They were celebrating Amy Steenberg's 30th birthday. Her husband, Axel, worked at Global Foundries. Amy and RN worked at the Justice Center for the Protection of People with Special Needs. Amy's sister Abigail was a special education teacher in Amsterdam. Her husband, Adam Jackson, was deputy commissioner of the Montgomery County Board of Elections. They left behind 2 young daughters. A 3rd sister, Allison King, was also killed, as was their sister Mary Dyson, an Army veteran. She and her husband Rob were engineers working in Watertown with a young son. Her husband's brother, Rich Steenberg, was among those lost in the crash. He had worked at Global Foundries with his brother, Axel. A family friend, Matthew Coons, who had been the groomsman in Amy and Axel's wedding, was also on hand to celebrate. A personal trainer from Fultonville. He'd brought his girlfriend Savannah along with him. She had been an employee at a Johnstown restaurant. Also in the limo that day, Aaron and Shane McGowan. The pair lived in Amsterdam. They had only been married 5 months at the time of the crash. Amanda Halse and her boyfriend, Patrick Cushing, were also heading to the party. Halse was a waitress in Watervliet. Cushing grew up in Amsterdam and worked as a staffer for the state Senate's Technology Services Unit. The crash took place on Michael Ukai's 34th birthday. The Marine Corps veteran lived in Caroga Lake. Amanda Rivenberg was also killed in the crash. She was an employee at Living Resources, an organization focused on providing growth opportunities for people with disabilities. Rachel Cavasi worked as a dental hygienist in Troy. She previously volunteered at a yoga and health center in Massachusetts. Brian Huff and his father-in-law, James Schnurr, were in the parking lot of the Apple Barrel Country Store when they were hit and killed by the limo. Huff was an associate professor at SUNY Oswego. And Scott Lisnecchia of Lake George was driving the limo that day when it crashed. The 20 people who perished in that crash. During opening statements, the special prosecutor this morning read the names of each of those victims before the jury. It was quite emotional. The family members, you could see them visibly shaken during that time.